6 Hz 9 years ago. A huge dimensional gate opened in the skies. Then they descended. The ones who will be called demons in the future. A surgement swelled the future. After descending, they declared that they were invading mankind. That marks the beginning of the invasion of demons. Realizing how dire the situation was, the Orthodox Alliance formed the Orthodox Heaven Demon Extermination Corps, and declared that they would be subjugating the demons. 3 days later, they ran into the Demon Corps in Manhwa, and were wiped out. 1 year later, in that 1 year, half of the people in Central Plains were slaughtered. 1 year later, the Orthodox and unorthodox murim worked together to form the last line of resistance in Sichuan. The battles took place over half a month. 90% of the resistance army was killed, and Central Plains murim was officially wiped out. The remaining survivors became slaves and were dragged to the demon realm. I, too, was captured and dragged there. 5 years later. 5 years later. L, who was unable to use inner energy from birth, was categorized as a rare species. Through various experiments and brainwashing, I became a part of the demon realm's subjugation army. After that, decades passed. As I invaded other dimensions and carried out slaughters. 75 years after I became a slave soldier, I was recognized for my contributions and became a commander among the demons. 10 years after I was promoted to a commander. I finally found out about that. I wasted 50 years trying to find the conditions and methods to manifest it. And 65 years after that, I started the rebellion I had meticulously prepared. Present. Huff Kav. Huff huff. The rebellion has failed. What a disappointment. You risked all the contributions you have accumulated just for a rebellion of this level. Demon King Tarrant. Saywitz V0 and Grentel. Don't call me by that ficking name. My name is Sa Bigang. I really don't understand. I've observed humans like you this whole time. While the abilities and talents you possess are measly, you always had a tenacious obsession with surviving regardless of the situation. That's your only strength. But why have you decided to act so recklessly after all this time? Who? Because I had to experience it at least once. In order to gain definite victory the next time we fight. I have no choice but to fight you at least once. That sounds pretty interesting, but it's also a foolish way of thinking. Did you think I'd give you a second chance? You'll die here today. 1WLL not be killed up by you. Time regression. The authority of Nuzerin, an ancient evil god. The reason why you endured your defeat and humiliation quietly for 200 years was all for this. ISNR, you wait and see, fucking asshole. Next time round, I'll prepare even more thoroughly and beat the shit JNOK do uno. Cursed demons will die. Coo. One look F0 ward to that. 3HL only human I've acknowledged. Central Plains Murim. Time left until the demon invasions. 10 years. Orthodox Alliance Martial Arts Academy Dragon Spring Academy. Geez. I can't believe lightning struck out of nowhere. 5 Yeah. And it was powerful enough to destroy the training ground's roof. Even so, we should be relieved that only that loser got injured. Loser? The vice instructor who was an orphan that physician Jean Beck brought back. They say he was the one who was struck by that lightning a few days back. The martial arts instructor who can't use inner energy? From what I heard, he wasn't injured badly, though. VB Cuckoo. It'd have been better if he was injured badly. Because today is his public execution. Starting the duel for the Spear Assistant Instructor position of the Dragon Spring Academy. 77 IM officially begin. 3 no side, we have the current Assistant Instructor, Spear Assistant Instructor, Sa Bigang. 71 IM and 3 Nato Sai HB his challenger who was recommended for the Assistant Instructor position. Invincible Divine Spear, Meng Sandiak. There was a request to verify the abilities of Assistant Instructor Sa Bigang, so this duel will determine who deserves to be the Assistant Instructor. Both of you are to fight with your honor as a martial artist I3 and I7-3 Hino. Ho ho! You seem better than I expected. From what I heard, you got struck by lightning out of nowhere. I thought you were just making up some excuse to avoid fighting me. Invincible Divine Spear, self-proclaimed, Meng Sandiak martial art, Bull Demon Spear art. But appeared, put an end to this quickly on account of your bravery. Or you could just surrender. In the very far future, there was an instructor of a certain martial arts academy who couldn't use inner energy. Unfortunately, that was because he was born with that trait. But can't be helped. He was naturally looked down upon by others. In the end, that incompetent instructor who was known as The Shame of Martial Arts Academy suffered a horrible defeat in a public duel. He got his instructor Potlan Tiditan and was left to sour one Vince Od and errands. He suffered truly terrible days. What nonsense are you going on about now? WNSOL 113M things up. I've waited fucking long for TH3 wet say you ugly asshole. Bastard. How dare you act so arrogantly? I was going to let you keep some of your pride since you're an instructor. You to pay for that arrogant mouth of yours. Bull Demon Spear Arta 6. MROT Forn. Turstform Farragus Bull Charge. The sensation I was supposed to feel on my spear. 0 I don't feel anything. While that looked pretty decent. You need to land it for it to do anything, no? You bastard. KUGH. What happened? How could he dodge the Bull Demon Spear Art Eve trained for decades so easily? I was told he was weak. But this is totally different from what I've heard. TSK, that was so slow. How can you teach anyone with those skills of yours? IT can't be true. He must have just gotten lucky. Die. Now 3071ing Spear Art, 4th form. To 10 Falling Bull Strike. %. Bahaha. There's no way that half-ass Spear LN Neunenblock mine. FREBSLL. Fur. What? Gah. FRE. 3 high he duel is over. The victor is Assistant Instructor Sa Bigang. Ah. Gah. Water. Water. I was captured alive by the demons. I was dragged to the demon realm and survived however I could for centuries. In the process of that, I realized something very important. What do you think of my Heat Young arts? High-level magic. /SM forward Heil QRT LSKN 0 WNFS GT83E/TM is indistinguishable from martial arts. To be continued. Revolution MKC Studio. Kev. Evd. That was a good fight. What was that JVSTNOWZ? Was that Riri martial arts? I think he called it Heat Young Finger Arts. SSIR. What just, Z? What? Kind of JJZ3SN3SNON. Congratulations, Instructor Sa Bigang. You won this fight. However, I thought you couldn't use internal energy? That. It was a stroke of luck. Luck? A few days ago, I ate some herb I had never seen before on a walk, then suddenly, I could use internal energy. Thankfully, I have a bunch of internal energy. Are you kidding us? How dare Hans snods nur nonsense to your elders? Are you 77v inuansni of US right now? It is your choice on whether to believe it. Though, what does it matter? What? Did I cheat in the duel? It was a fight for the position of teaching spearmanship, but there was no a rule to fight only using spears. I don't know why I have to be interrogated like this when I won fair and square. You. Calm down. You're too worked up. You're right. You won this fight. Then since you won, you will sorry to interrupt. But since everyone is here, I have a request to make. A request? I officially request for a test to be promoted to an official instructor. 8 Midnight Studio Hasi 234. HYY. That's him, right? The one from the do. What? Really? 3 He Dragon Spring Academy. One of many martial training halls set up by the Orthodox Alliance to prevent hardship in the Jianghu Murim. Its purpose is to raise martial artists who will become the pillars of the Orthodox Alliance in the future. They take in children between the ages of 15 and 18 from sects and clans that are at least decently big. The instructors are composed of martial masters from the Orthodox Alliance. They are divided into assistant instructors and senior instructors. The assistant instructors are more assistants than they are instructors. For them to actually teach the children. What happened? M00000000000000. How are you suddenly able to use internal energy? What have you done? Dragon Spring Academy Recovering Body Pavilion Master Gene Beck. Recovering Body Pavilion Master Gene Beck. He's not an instructor, but a physician who takes care of patients. I already said that it was a stroke of luck. Nonsense. Oh, you know that I have treated you for a long. Since the day I learned that you couldn't 7 nanny JS7 energy. I have tried every possible method to fix you. But if 1T was something that covered be fixed S0 easily. Then how obsessive of a physician am I? I know better than anyone that you were hated 3SNV 339SZ3H0K9 of that. I'm too ashamed to face you now. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. He hasn't changed at all. He is someone who was like a parent to me. 542 years ago. No, I guess it would be 15 years ago now. He was the person who ran into flames to save a dying child amidst a bandit ambush. He was also the one who ended up losing his own life trying to save others on that day too. However, this time, Recovering Body Pavilion Master. One will make sure that he does not die. You don't need to blame yourself. Don't worry about me either. You just trust me. 711 Resolve all problems from now on. 1:9. When I regressed, one lost over 90% of my mana. The best I can muster right now is about the 4th circle? How disappointing. It had taken me centuries to reach the 8th circle. No, I should be grateful that I even have my mana. Yes. I am back. However, the keyword is yet. Exactly 10 years from now, the demons will begin invading. When that happens, the Jianghu Murim will fall again. However, it will be different this time since one still have my 300 years worth of memories. Information on the demon army such as the kind of magic they use. The artifacts and weapons they prepared for the invasion. And most importantly, how to take down O. Are you in there, Begone? 535 Pavilion Master. What is it? Vice Academy Master Cheon Semyong is looking for you. Right. Eman. And he asked you to deliver that message E3WOLL, not I mind. I'm more worried about you. I think it's about your request for a promotion. You should watch out. I'm sure be hard. And since Meng Sandiak, the person he recommended, lost like that, I'm sure he doesn't have any good feelings toward you. Anyway, why did you suddenly decide that you want to become an official instructor? 3H1S, 2 First step to fixing this academy. Once upon a time, the Dragon Spring Academy was renowned enough HLE to be considered the best out of the top 3 orthodox martial academies. However, 2 years ago, the academy master as well as one of the top 10 martial masters suddenly went missing. The academy searched for him for 2 years to no avail. As it was hard to replace someone as skilled as him, the Dragon Spring Academy lost their fame as a result. Additionally, 3W31 check for the last Tamra assistant instructor Sa Bigang. Are you serious about your request for Prun Blade Technique Senior Instructor Vice Academy Master Cheon Semyung? This piece of shit, of course, Vice Academy Master, is the accelerant of the fall of the Dragon Spring Academy? To be continued. Revolution E0 Studio 17. 3WE31 check for the last time, Assistant Instructor Sa Bigang. Are you serious about your request for a promotion? Blade Technique Senior Instructor Vice Academy Master Cheon Semyung. Day of the Demon's Invasion H. Great ruptures opened up from all sides, and monsters that were never seen before began killing people left and right. Af. Kaya Ag. Monsters. It marked the beginning of the invasion of the otherworldly species that we came to call the demon race. The young disciples of the Dragon Spring Academy, don't come near me, were ruthlessly killed by the monsters. That day, Instructor Dung, hurry. If Cheon Semyung, the vice master of the academy, hadn't run away first, if he had just reported the situation, if he had activated the defense system in the academy, it would have prevented so many deaths. I can still vividly recall the screams of the disciples that were sacrificed that day. Though that is yet to happen because I am back in the past. But one will never forget your disgusting hypocritical face. You called for me, Vice Academy Master? HTE Midnight Studio Fish 3. Then, I'll tell you about the test for you to become a senior instructor. It's to raid the Demonic Night Stronghold. 00 The Demonic Night Stronghold? You mean the bandits in the mountain behind us? Yes, kill them. That is your test. Demonic Night Stronghold. They are a group of bandits located in the old sacred mountain situated not far from the Dragon Spring Academy. Due to reports of frequent damages caused by this bandit group, there is an order to raid the bandits for the sake of the civilians. Signed by Dragon Spring Academy Vice Academy Master Cheon Semyung HM. Well, alright. But what does this have to do with being an instructor? Cheon Semyung Dragon Spring Academy Vice Academy Master. Obviously, this concerns the most basic of requirements of an instructor. Senior instructors are the main force of the academy. Dung Boyoung Dragon Spring Academy Blade Technique Senior Instructor. 9H111V Senior instructors of the academy are considered martial masters. Ilar Tesher Cheon Semyung Blade Technique Senior Instruo Tyrannical Tiger Blade Dung Boyoung. They have all been officially alliance. Archery Technique Solo Roskaro and BYUK Sword BNAS Sangpilji. They have all accomplished great things, such as eliminating evil demonic martial artist leaders or taking down bandits. Yeah. I get it. So how long do I have? Arrogant Hiddle, how dare you behave so rudely? Exactly 2 weeks. If you are late even by a day, you will forever lose your chance for a promotion. 2 weeks? See you in 3 days. I'll be back. That little Vice Academy Master. Are you really going to promote that arrogant kid? If he really does succeed. And zero need to worry, Instructor Dung. 0 years P00 are util assistant in strict 0 are Sa Bigang. Will never come back. Ha? What do you mean? Haste. Cheon Semyeong, you fake bastard. You think I don't know what you're plotting? Demonic Knight Stronghold. It was during this period that the Green Forest Alliance began to rise in fame. People don't know much about them yet. At the moment, IT is not a big organization. The real problem is. Ha? Are you surless? The head of the Green Forest Alliance is a Peak Realm Martial Master? Demonic Knight Stronghold Master, A.K. Gujium. He's no ordinary bandit leader. Even the Orthodox Alliance thinks that. But he's actually a former leader of an unorthodox sect called the Heaven-Destroying Sect. People think that he was killed by traitors a few years ago. But he actually managed to survive. He tracked down and killed every single one of the traitors. Because of how cruel his revenge was, even the unorthodox murim put out a bounty for his head. He's been hiding and came here recently. But how do you know all this? Who? Why is that important? Sa Bigang surely was impressive today during the duel. But that was only possible because he had been hiding his true skills. However, this test is a real situation. It's not a duel. I'm sure he won't make it back alive. Well. Levitation. If this AK Gujium is just as I remember, fourth circle magic isn't enough to defeat him. Oh. Then the solution is simple. I'm here. I'll increase my mana. And circle up. And circle up. My experience and knowledge in magic is already 8th circle, after all. Search. 7. This looks like a normal cliff. But it is actually a barrier made of mana. 1 foot M1 in the right place. No one could have ever imagined. That there are multiple places like this in the Central Plains KEHMM. Hidden behind mana barriers. I knew it. Special grade mana stone. In Y. Demons. Intelligent creatures of the otherworld that repeatedly invade and conquer other dimensions. This was made possible because of the dimensional travel technology. However, there is one fatal flaw. In the process of going through the dimensional portal, the time taken for a living being and a non-living being differs way too much. Even the demons were unable to fix this problem. In the end, this is the solution they came up with. In the worlds they plan to invade, they secretly planted equipment they would need in the future. This mana stone is the source of their power. It recovers their mana. It is useless for someone from the Central Plains since they cannot use mana. Well, at least until now. Stronghold Master. IT. Doesn't seem like anything is amiss. Are you saying that I made a mistake? Gasp. And not at all. I'm just. Shut up and search thoroughly. I definitely felt an explosion of energy here. Demonic Knight Stronghold Master, former leader of the Heaven-Destroying Sect, A.K. Gujium. Losers like you would never Z7 know, but I knew it. You really are a Peak Realm Martial Master. I believed in you, Demonic Knight Stronghold Master. Who are you? Me? An Instructor 0F the Dragon Spring Academy. To be continued Revolution Studio. Me? An Instructor of the Pragon Spring Academy. Midnight Studio Fish 4. Dragon Spring Academy? The Dragon Spring Academies, but what one as an instructor from they're doing here? Shut your damn mouths. If you're speaking the truth. Are you saying that you were the cause of that great energy explosion earlier? What if I was? Ha? Then I'll fill yoy. That's WHHY I came here. Is that E0S? Is that E0S? Imana Bladet. WA coincidence. Came here T0 kill you too. 0. You better avenge your subordinates. You dash. Rarer who are Ionor. What? I already told you. I'm an instructor at the Dragon Spring Academy. I can't believe it. This bastard. He's not struggling against me at all. Kiu. Heaven-destroying hegemon.divine.arts. Core release before start. How dare you made muse this? Do you see OHM Moni kind of power this is? After I was thrown off a cliff by the traitor's dash, I had collected all this innate core energy, dreaming of revenge. What? Not I care about the lore of some useless villain. Freezing VAVE. What? Astral Chan. 0. MA. Struggling is futile. The moment it touches you, it sucks away at your internal energy. It was a spell specially designed to take down martial artists. Kia. You bastard. Where did you learn such sorcery? Are you from the demonic cult? I said it's magic, not sorcery. Well, I shouldn't expect much from some bandit idiot. You damned dash. Dying in a place like this. What? Do you have regrets? Yet to get me those bastards who manipulated my subordinates destroying sect. The reason 'twas working WIH those discusing guys. And the reason 'twas cooped up in this mountain. Recovering my power. It was all S0 thatcalled. All of that was. JMOM you were so determined. Mo Shane revenge should be done. Slowly, thoroughly. Without giving up. Are you mocking me right now? What would you know? You're just some kid who grew up comfortably. Comfortably? Does it really seem that way? What the hell? He's not just some ordinary insane man. It seems like something is fundamentally wrong with him. Alright. I'll let you experience it too. The hell that I gent throy for TWJ 0 years. To be continued Revolution 0 MKC Studio. Ha? WH what is this place? 3H11 AAE hell did that crazy bastard do to me? K%. OL. KHEUF. Huff huff how's that? That's the future you will experience in 10 years. Key. KK kill. Kill me. Kill. Me. Please. I can. Handle it. Yeah, I understand. But someone needs to do RF. Damn it. One can't believe it. How's that? I didn't think you'd believe me if I only brought the sword, so I brought his head as well. Now, then. We should discuss my new duties as a senior instructor. This is nonsense. He was the shame of the academy until just a few days ago, but now he's a senior instructor? What is going on? Fist Technique Senior Instructor Yeo Wunjin. Instructor Dung, did he really raid the demonic knight stronghold ENMO SIH no archery technique senior instructor un BYUK? D1OOL and 3MI **** Sacred Mountain myself in the morning. Blade Technique Senior Instructor Dung Boyoung. I found the corpses of the bandits, as well as AK Gujiams, where Sa Bigang said they would be. I don't know how. But everyone other than AK Gujiam had their throats sliced with just one attack. IJ3SN3SNON SVM3H, an instructor for spear techniques. Are you saying that he was hiding sword techniques too? That's just utter nonsense. Then are you saying that my eyes have deceived me? You can go check for yourself if you can't trust me. Enough. What are you all doing right now? I am sorry. Vice Academy Master Cheon Semyoung. It doesn't make sense no matter how I think about it. AK Gujiam is at least a peak realm martial master. I met him myself and confirmed that fact when I was relaying an order from the Orthodox Alliance to him. But for Sa Bigang to kill him in just one night? Along with all of his subordinates, at that? That's something even I can't do as a fellow peak realm martial master. Did Jean Beck help him? No. That old man isn't that skilled. I'll have to look into it further. Instructor Dung. Can you still get in touch with the Ghost Shadow Manor? You mean the Ghost Shadow Manor? One of the biggest assassin organizations of Murim. They are known for doing anything as long as they are paid accordingly. Put in a request. Tell them to find out everything they can about Sa Bigang, even what he does on a daily basis. I understand. Are you really going to promote him to senior instructor? Don't worry about it, Instructor Yeo. I have an idea. 7. What is this? This is the list of disciples he will be in charge of once he is promoted. Oh ho! I see. Oh ha ha ha. I wouldn't expect any less of you. You've come HJNSHLAMD and a brilliant Thiawan Hovovu. I put my position to good use. He might give up his job before the Ghost Shadow Manor even gets anything out of him. Cuckoo cuck. That's possible since he has so little experience. Instructor Dung, you gave OLCC 13S3H0 Instructor SA2, right? Yes. I gave it to him right before this meeting. What did he say? What would he know even if he saw it? He just smiled and said he got it. Those old geezers are idiots. They're doing everything I expected them to do. I regressed to this time and place for a reason. After learning about Newzeran's power of time regression, I wondered to myself hundreds, if not thousands of times. The enemy is an army that has already conquered countless dimensions. Only being one person has its limits. There are many things I can do, but in the end, the best thing I could do was to raise an army. Not some weaklings like the ones that died before my regression, but a powerful army that has learned all kinds of magic and martial arts. The guys that have been marked as troublemakers among the first-year disciples. Altouch, they are definitely talented, their personalities have been getting in their way. That, or they're not talented. Or were neglected because they don't come from prestigious families. I assumed the old geezers thought that I wouldn't be able to handle them. But those old geezers never would have imagined that the two heroes who did the best during the demon's invasion. One was a martial master who reached the evolutionary realm in his late 20s, the last Hopi of Murim that led the alliance against the demons. Heavily Sword Alliance leader. The other was a talented archer who led a squad specialized for assassination and patrolling and assassinated the most demons on his own. Demon-slaying divine archer. Nice to meet you. Those two heroes. I'm your instructor starting today. MOTUENT. CHD. ACK. Cough, ACK. Hey. Our external arts training isn't over yet. Get up. First year Camellia class, second son of the Dragon Tiger Escort Agency Gotberg. 3SV3 DD Burke. Dragon Spring Academy first year Camellia class, eldest son of the 1-star sword clan Tan Lijung. what's up with you? Someone might think I'm bullying you. Z. You should be thankful, you bastard. I'm showing a weakling like you my dragon tiger mountain splitting fist arts. Isneslii the swordsmanship that my one-star sword clan teaches. What? The one-star sword clan? 3 soul shitty martial arts you couldn't even properly use against me? You want to keep learning that? You. 00.0s00. Hey. Stop clenching your fists, you motherfucker. Lon G, then shall we do another duel? If not, then shall whiff do for not he. No way. That's enough, Gok Burke. The exam period will soon commence, do stop causing unnecessary commotions. First year Camellia class destructive sword Yun clan second son Yun Wukyung. Gosh, okay. Consider yourself lucky. Thanks. Yun Wukyung, Gok Burke, Tan Lai Jung cadets? Yes, what is it? This is sudden, but Vice Academy Master Cheon Semyon let me know that you all will not be in the Camellia class anymore. Instead, you will be transferred to a newly created class. What? Welcome, cadets. I am your instructor from today onwards. Just what's happening? Ha! Stop fucking around. 2. It's flustering enough that we had to suddenly move classes, Mon Ins D30N and 3 Dem this half-assed instructor? You think OL and 3 ISI 711 won such a shitty order? Your choice of words while talking with the head instructor is quite insolent, Cadet Gok Burke. Fuck off. I don't know what bullshit you pulled to become a senior instructor. But I have no plans on learning from a bastard who couldn't even use internal arts until recently. V. 0. Academy Rules Article 3, Clause 5. Blink. What? U. Shitfacio Dragon Tiger Mutane splitting fists. Swearing and violence towards a superior. S. Using internal arts during class without permission. But the worst of all. Ac. This pathetic martial arts ability. Hey. Get VP. My goodness isn't over yet. How can that happen? That's the same Gok Burke who's ranked at the top among the new students in external arts training. To think he's losing so unilaterally, as if he's a child. You. Son of a titch. Ugh. Cough. Ugh. Gosh, tch. What kind of nasty state is this starting from the first class? Too bad, I guess. It is T#/ER0L0F the instructor T0 told before CK their tears epicate. F. This is a little excessive against a cadet, instructor Sa Bigang. So this is when you finally decide to move. Young Master Yun Wukyung before regression Heavenly Sword Alliance leader. To be continued CNC Revolution O Studio. If a cadet shows bad behavior, you can punish them with the goal of guidance. Yun Wukyung of first year, Camellia class. He's second son of the destructive sword Yun clan, one of the prestigious clans in the Central Plains. From a young age he was recognized within the clan as a martial arts genius E0000 and even among the new students of Dragon Spring Academy, he displayed overwhelming skill. His talent was far beyond what the Dragon Spring Academy could contain. At the mere age of 20, he achieved the feat of becoming the youngest in history to become a Supreme Peak Martial Master and was ranked among the top 10 martial masters of the Orthodox Alliance. Originally, he should have lived a brilliant life, revered as one of the absolute martial masters of the Central Plains and admired by all. But that is if they had never appeared. From the early stages of the demon invasion, he participated in more battles than anyone else. But soon, the Yun clan became the target of concentrated attacks from the demons and was annihilated. All members of the clan except for him were brutally slaughtered. Even so, he did not collapse in despair or grief like others. He traveled across the Central Plains, fighting countless battles with the demons, gathering survivors, and forming an allied force that transcended both orthodox and unorthodox sects. Then, in such a hopeless situation where everything was against them, he led the remaining martial artists in a desperate final resistance. I still remember it. He always charged to the front lines of the battlefield, and whenever he unleashed his dazzling sword energy, even massive demonic beasts that seemed to cover the sky were cut down in an instant. Undoubtedly, he was the hero and final hope of the Central Plains. Although now, he's just another snobbish noble brat from a prestigious clan. Midnight Studio Fish. So you finally decided to move that heavy ass of yours, young Master Yun Wuqiang? This is quite amusing, Instructor Sa Bigang. I'm surprised that the assistant instructor who couldn't even use internal energy until recently suddenly got so strong? Sure, that's unexpected. But the fact that all you can do with that newly acquired power is to show off in front of cadets. That's just pathetic. Fuck. Mo embarrassing. Is that also because of those so-called fated encounters? Sharp one, aren't you? Why? Are you careless? If you obediently follow my training from now on, I might just tell you. No thanks. That won't be necessary. I don't know what kind of trick you pulled to suddenly change class rosters like this, but I'll be submitting a formal complaint to the academy about the person responsible. I have no interest in learning from someone who's puffed up with arrogance from a lucky stroke of fortune. AU. Pft. Look at you running your mouth like you're something special. So, you think there's nothing to learn from me? What if I told you that in just 10 days of my training, this guy here could be strong enough to beat you? This guy here could be strong enough to beat you? To beat you? What did you just say? I'll repeat it as much as you want. After just 1 week of my training, this pathetic weakling, the one you consider beneath a bug, will be able to chew up and spit out a frog in a well like you. That's what I said. Instructor, what the hell? Are you insane, URP? Are you really willing to take responsibility for those words? Of course. Shall we make a bet? In 10 days, you and this guy will face each other in an official spar. Your MMPH. If he wins, MO 110111 know my training without another word. MOH. If you win, you can do whatever you want. You can make me leave the academy, apologize, or kneel and beg. I'll do anything. Something I want? From you? There's nothing I need from you. However, you better be prepared for the match that happens 1 week from now. HHH. Damn it, you startled me. Ahajihhh, you're way too noisy. Instructor? Instructor? What the Nakoi 0173H just do? Yo, look at you overflowing with energy. Calm down and let go of me. I'll explain. Why would you have me fight Yun Wuqiang? Are you mind? What did I do to deserve Ixi-1? Let go of me, you little brat. Arg. Well, looks like today's class is cancelled. All cadets, you're dismissed for now. The schedule for the next class Nako L1 and 3 is 38:11 am individually by tomorrow. Geez. Hell is going on. Sob. I'm doomed. A public spar. TSK. You just need to win. Why are you assuming I 3S0111 knocks Sai? During my first public spar after enrollment, I lost to Gokberg. And I mean, badly. Since then, he's tormented me every day. But did you know? Even that monster, Gok Burk, couldn't land a single hit on Yun Wukyung. He was utterly defeated. Yun Wukyung. Yeah, he's definitely something 3513. Even without the backing of the Yun clan, his martial arts talent alone is truly one of a kind. If you already know THHH Han why? Don't worry. You are stronger than him. Pardon? To be continued Revolution EO, Studio. No. 3. Let's say there really is nothing we can do about our class and head changing. KHMLNY, do I have to engage in a public duel with Yun Wukyung? You still don't understand the flow? You have to win at the duel for me to prove my abilities. That's your problem. What do I earn from getting swept Dixie High OINIDN? Revenge. Pardon. Didn't you used to always get beat up by that big bastard? How? Did you know? How did you FEFLW/Hen1 beat that dipshit up recently? Were you excited? Did you feel refreshed? Did it feel so great, you were exhilarated? Or did you FEFL mad that you couldn't get revenge yourself? You said so you're 5FLF. Even that Gok 3 OFUK can't touch a hair on Yun Wukyung's head, but W/hat1FUBComp50 strong, you can BFAT Yun Wukyung? Then even Samphone like you would phasily BF able to TAKF revenge with your own hands. How about it? Wouldn't that be a good present JN1ZTZFHLZU? If I really can become strong HKE, you say? 11 IN3HL do it. Of course. But this is unrelated to Gok Burk. What I want is simply to become stronger than I am now. Fine. Let's see. NTEE Midnight Studio Fish 8. XO. Plus. Let's check your skill level right now. Think that you're fighting Yun Wukyung right now and wield your martial arts to their fullest. Phew. X. HEUB. Keep going. Don't stop. At full force. HAAA. F. KEUK. HEUK. Cough. Huff. Huff. P4 Thetic. Do you know what your problem is, right, Eamon? 31 Eam carrying 0 UT the basic moves. Huff for some reason. My internal energy keep dispersing. At first, ITH0 VGHT I'd learned my Kran's martial arts times. However, there were no problems with my basic moves. Then I thought perhaps there was an ISV with my Dantian or Meridian points, so I had to check 0 UT multiple times back in my Kran. SVM3D3 HL4 LS nothing. Maybe in 31 VL7 V11 SNCI or perhaps T have an unknown idleness. No, it's not that. You just have your Meridian points spread further than others. Pardon? What does that? Is it hard to understand? Like I said, you were born with your Meridian points more spread out in your mind Meridian than most. Normally, it's considered a rare constitution that has more advantages than disadvantages. However, since you're still young and you lack the internal energy, you're experiencing an issue. You must be aware that all martial artists must discharge their internal energy created in their dantians through their Meridian points. But since you have wider meridians compared to others and mediocre amounts of internal energy, your internal energy's power doesn't focus properly. That is why your internal energy keeps dispersing. This one's my first time hearing about this. Makes sense. K. After all, it's information I only heard by coincidence. This atmosphere. Gulp, does he have some kind of story behind it? Well, I'll end the explanation here. Now that you know the problem, we have to fix it. There's a way to fix it. Of course. It's very simple, actually. Compared to other people, you lack power because of your wide meridian points, which means you can resolve it by increasing the amount of internal energy you have. 9%. Since we can't increase your internal energy in such a short period of time though, there's only one method I can teach you right now. Keep gathering internal energy right until you start your basic moves. Once you've gathered enough, plus Y0 ULLB YBLET 0 Pisply Y0 URTRYE Poner. Instructor, did you see that? My internal energy really didn't disperse. Yeah. I saw it properly, so you can be at ease before you collapse. Collapse? I've never felt so energetic before. In my CHNH. To be continued Revolution A30 TMKC Studio. Ha! HUFEHAFE. KUGH. Cough. I suddenly collapsed? Why? Huff. How do you feel? Instructor. I have no strength left in my body. It's a minor side effect from channeling your full power for the first time. You've never properly used your mind meridians before, so your unadapted body was shocked. Well, it's nothing to worry too much about. The side effects will naturally go away after a few months. Few 33SI1M3TY months. Wait, hold on. A few. But the duel is in 1 week. HTE a Midnight Studio Hasi TE6. You're currently facing two major problems. When you unleash a technique with your stored energy, all the inner energy you've gathered up until that moment is consumed with a single strike. Then, as I said, your body can't withstand the recoil, so you collapse. However, your energy core is also too small for you to store your energy ahead of time and can't sustain it for long. If you do just collapse, you'd risk going into energy deviation, so that's absolutely forbidden. How is it? Up to this point, easy enough to understand, right? S3 I understand. Though, what does that have to yo with what you're holding? 3H1NNIWN, no small stuff. More importantly, think about it. Considering those, you can only start storing energy after the duel begins. Now, how long did it take you to gather your energy earlier? Roughly 7 minutes. Then how are you going to hold off Yun Wukian for that amount of time? What IOD? There's only one answer. You ditch like hell until you've gathered it all / Ack. 3DVVVHMHM you doing? Focus and start gathering your energy. Don't take your eyes off S in 3 NATO JHS weapon. 0. Illusion. HHUHZ. Geech. 7L08888888888888888888. Arg. You're whining even though I didn't use any inner energy. Get up. We're continuing. This is training? Of course it is. Training to dodge. Wait, what kind of messed up training is this? Messed up training? Hey, Dan Lijiang. Do you think I'm doing this just to bully you? I just explained why you're weak and how to fix it. I even demonstrated it clearly. Also, I'll guarantee this. Right now, this is the only way you can even give Yun Wukian a scratch a week from now. The training is painful and hard? Of course it is. But is it harder than the times you were humiliated by Gok Burk and Yun Wukian? Are you really going to throw away this perfect chance to prove yourself to all the others who treated you like trash? I'm sorry, instructor. Please continue the dodge training. A whole day of this if I must. A whole day? What nonsense are you spouting? 000, huh? You'll be doing this non-stop for the entire remaining week. 4. What did ZXVS Knox? Here I come. Wait. Gah. 1 week later. 1 week later. I wonder how long Dan Lai Jung E1SL111 IM last. He's going to get wrecked in a single move and collapse flat on the ground. Didn't he prepare some kind of countermeasure? I saw him a few times in passing. But he just spent the whole week getting smacked around with a stick. What an idiot. If you're trash, just stay quiet in a corner. That wimp who grovels even in front of me is going to beat Yun Wukyung? Bullshit. You fell for that scammer's lies and dug your own grave. Instructor Sa Bigang. I said I didn't want anything earlier, but under these circumstances, I'd like to make a condition of my own. Fine. What is it? If I win, you must promise to leave the academy on your own. I never want to waste time like this again. Deal. I swear on my name. You're aware of what happens if you lose too, right? If you lose, classes and training without complaint. I remember. Good. Though, aren't you mistaken about something? The person you should be focusing on right now isn't me, but Dan Lai Jung, who's standing over there in the duel arena. Alright, let's get started. Victory will be determined when one side either forfeits, loses consciousness, or drops their weapon. Additionally, any lethal or life-threatening strikes are strictly forbidden. In these cases, as the judge, I will make the final call. Then. Begin the duel. To be continued revolution. Now, then. Start. Hub. Ha. Surrender. Ha. My arm. Is fine. What a fool. You agreed to. You agreed to fight me when you're this shaken after just a bit of murderous. That just now. Was murderous intent? That means. If he wanted to, he really could. I can't do this. People consider this guy the best of the best in the academy. There is no way that someone as terrible as me could defeat him with just a week's worth of training. Dan Lai Jung. AH. Ha ha. QHEW. Let's remind myself. What I want is to become stronger than I am now. That day, a week ago. Why I decided that I want to become stronger. Idiot. I gave you a chance to get out of this fight uninjured. You brought this upon yourself. He reacted in time? That could have been bad. The chi I had collected was almost dispersed. Supreme E Dragon Heaven Severing Sword First Technique. Berserk Dragon's Rage Torrent. Whoa. Heek. This sword Q/ is so powerful. But is it just a feeling I have? 1T feels like this attack is easier to dodge than I expected. Seems like you did learn something. Oh. Supreme Dragon Heaven Severing Sword Third Technique. Twin Dragon Fong Severance. This sword technique is the same one that Instructor SA use. 100. Huff. He's strong. He's fast and precise too. I wouldn't expect any less from the sword technique of Central Plains' best swordsman clan. However, that doesn't mean I can't dodge them. I don't understand why. But this sword technique is definitely the one Instructor SA had been using on me for the last week. Neon Wukyung backed off. Is this really happening? I can't believe it. Maybe they're acting. As if. Why would Yun Wookiyoung do that? I apologize for calling you an idiot. I have to admit, Fate, you've learned a lot within the last week. I don't know how you know the Supreme Dragon Heaven Severing Sword. Oh. That's Supramedragon Heaven Severing Sword Fierce Dragon Annihilation. But if you can dodge this one too, I will admit defeat. Who? What is that? A sword techniques. What? What 13H3HL kind of sword technique is that? Ha! That crazy bastard. Where is he going? To be continued. Revolution OMKC Studio. Night before the duel. WA. You've been dodging well. This might be doable now. Huff. AUFF. Will this really allow me to dodge all of Yun Wookiyoung's attacks? No. Hop. Yun Wookiyoung isn't an idiot. He must be underestimating you right now, but if you continuously dodge his sword strikes, he'll set up countermeasures. And if you survive till the end, he'll most likely use that. Its name is Fierce Dragon Annihilation. Quite literally makes it seem like a fierce dragon is materialized, and is a martial art that creates massive sword QL. I'll let you know in advance, but you can forget trying to dodge it. It's pointless trying to jump or move back to dodge. It'll grow instantaneously and swallow the entire stadium. T3HLL how? That's basically unbeatable. Listen up. Nothing is unbeatable in this world. A storm of sword chi working together to endlessly whirlpool around in all directions is just what it looks like. It's not a perfect martial art. 3H1NI First place, Fierce Dragon Annihilation is a martial art designed to annihilate the majority of the enemies who get taken aback by its incredible force, trying to run away. You mean? Yes, the only way out is one. Keep moving forward. Of course, if it's Yun Wookiyoung, he'll try to respond immediately after realizing his Fierce Dragon Annihilation was seen through. In that position, it'll simply be a response in a situation where he's surprised due to what happened. That will be your moment. Use your pent-up anger that you've pressed down for so long, and land a blow onto that arrogant bastard. Dan Lijiang, how does it feel? Pardon? What do you? It's exhilarating, right? Yes. 6.216 p. All right then. Damn it. Those bastards. Weren't they the same ones who were all for it ago? Damn it. How did things end up? ISHL 37 I1M. I trusted you and left things in your hands, Vice Academy Master Cheon. What is the meaning of this? Wasn't the whole point to get Sa Bigang to leave voluntarily? Ahem. Ma'am. HHIJHENHM cadets following him willingly instead? What is going ICNO, especially Dan Lijiang of the One-Star Sword Clan and Yun Wookiyoung of the Yun Clan? Both cadets now adamantly insist on continuing their Tan and 9-year Sa Bigang. What if we force them to switch classes again like last time? They've gone so far as to threaten withdrawal from the academy and reporting it to the Yun Clan. 01 knows JM never have entrusted a genius like Yun Wookiyoung to summon. This is directly tied to the academy's reputation. It's a critical matter. How are you going to take responsibility for this mess, Vice Academy Master Cheon? And now you're trying to pin this as 3W no Ulat RS3 LASV2 versus LSNEOS1 vs NNO3X, 3HL favor. Are you seriously saying Yun Wookiyoung lost to some bottom rank 1-star Sword Clan punk? Technically, he withdrew. But according to the cadets who watched, it was essentially a loss. Do you hear yourself? Yun Wukyung is one of the greatest prodigies ever, even among the Yun clan. Sa Bigang. The more I learn about him, the less I understand. We can't leave him unchecked any longer. Wait a minute. Come to think of it. Have we still not heard back from the Ghost Shadow Manor? Not since they said they'd review our request. J7SL, a mere mercenary group, dares to act high and mighty, Z. You'd best be careful with your words and actions. SOHMHM there? Who are you? M. What A_full/SH4 question? What is the meaning of this? I'm a peak realm martial master, yet I didn't sense him at all. Didn't you all just say it yourselves? Don't 3W13L. We're here to fulfill the request. Now, tell me more about this Sa Bigang. Most elite mercenary group in the Jianghu Ghost Shadow Manor. Sa Bigang. They're throwing around 100 niangs just to investigate one rookie instructor. Ghost Shadow Manor, Ghost Shadow number 1. For a place with such a trash reputation, they sure seem to be swimming in money. It just goes to show that they're that corrupt. Not that it's any of our business. Hoo. Seriously, don't these orthodox sect types crack you up? Ghost Shadow Men or Ghost Shadow number 7, they're always pretending to be all virtuous, and now they're secretly ordering a background check on their own subordinate. Ha! Like we're any better, scavenging off such pathetic requests for some money. Ghost Shadow Manor, Ghost Shadow no. 5. No. 5. Have you forgotten our Inoiso until we find and serve him, OLD3MO3M, endure any dirty and despicable task? I misspoke. Please forgive me. It's fine. Just focus on the mission. Should we also investigate this Jean Beck person, the one who supposedly raised him since childhood? For now, just locate and keep surveilling the target. Do you think the rumor about him having a fated encounter is true? Don't take such nonsense seriously. Still, they did say that he supposedly couldn't use inner energy at all, and then overnight, he became a martial master. If it's not due to a fated encounter, then what is it? What if Sa Bigang has hidden backers? Or maybe he infiltrated this place after being planted by some hostile faction with a shady objective. That's probably what the clients suspect, which is why they hired us. Meaning, he RRE dangerous than we expected. 3HI3101TE target catch wind of us. Be extremely cautious. Hoo. What a funny joke, Captain. No matter how strong he is, there's no way he could detect the stealth techniques of the Ghost Shadow Manor. Then let's begin. I've been hearing a lot about you around the academy lately. Everything they said surprised me. Are you sure you'll be alright? It looks like people are really starting to move against you. Jealousy and envy always follow the path heroes walk. There's nothing to worry about. That fated encounter must have been truly extraordinary. Who would have thought you'd change this much? Now that I think about it, it probably all started with that duel. Back then, I was honestly stunned. Ha. Even I think it was a bit much. If you had lost that duel, it would have been a disaster. Vice Academy Master Cheon was clearly trying to get rid of you. Well, truth be told, one did get kicked out. Before I returned in time, back when I couldn't use magic or anything, I was brutally defeated in my duel against Meng Sandiak. I was stripped of my position as assistant instructor and demoted to menial labor. Eventually, unable to endure the shame, I ran away from the academy. I wandered aimlessly for a while, and with no way to make a living. I ended up becoming an escort warrior in an escort agency. Even though I still couldn't use inner energy, I poured my blood and sweat into training my physical techniques in spear fighting. After surviving countless dangerous escort missions, attacks from unorthodox sects and bandits, I eventually became a first-rank escort warrior after a few years. I spent over 10 years as an escort warrior that way. I'd been to every corner of the Central Plains and built up a wide network of contacts and information over time. Then, one day, one stopped by the Dragon Spring Academy for old-time sake. And on that very night of that day, TSK. Why'd you suddenly throw a rock away? I just saw an ugly frog and couldn't help myself. Hey, now. Why try to harm a poor frog? Ha, have you forgotten how you caught and fed me frogs as medicine when I was little? Are you okay, Al on KUGH? That crazy bastard. S31ZNH01 nasons a rock at me. Could it be that we've already been discovered? Would he really have walked away just like that if he had discovered us? You just got unlucky. No. 7. Are you seriously doubting the ghost shadow manners cultivation techniques over something? On and sir. 01 NOJ Mo I dare. Good. Have more confidence in your skills. He's heading back to his quarters. Continue surveilling him. Securing instructors Sung Dan, Dan Lijiang, and Yun Wuqiang. My first post-regression objective is now complete. Is it finally time to bring her in? If memory serves me right, at this point in time, she should be at. The door's open. Come in. You're acting like you expected me. Well, I figured you'd be getting restless by now. Yun Wuqiang. What is it? What's with that disgusting expression on your face? To be continued revolution OMKC Studio. So, what brings the young master of the destructive sword Yun clan to such a humble place? 2. What? That duel from before. 400. During that duel, Dan Lijiang was able to E of my basic moves of the Supreme Dragon Heaven Severing Sword. At first, I thought those were simply the results of 1 week of training, movements that underscore went beyond momentary responses. It was as if he knew all of the movements and pathways of my sword technique. The 1WIH1 Onalome, the sword paths of my destructive sword Yun clan's unique swordsmanship, Supreme Dragon Heaven Severing Sword, must have been you, RLGHT? How could an outsider know the destructive sword Yun clan's martial arts in such detail? Who knows? The martial arts of the destructive sword Yun clans that is considered the greatest swords clan in Zhongyuan right now is quite famous among martial artists, don't you think? Stop joking around. That wasn't a level of superficial knowledge. Did you think I wouldn't be able to distinguish that? Of course you should have noticed that. If you hadn't, I would have been very disappointed. Stop trying to move past stop. Be more honest if you want to be my disciple. That's not what you're truly curious about. What? You came to check whether I also knew the flaws of the Supreme Dragon Heaven Severing Sword that you also felt, RLGHT? You came to check whether I also knew the flaws of the Supreme Dragon Heaven Severing Sword that you also felt, RLGHT? Saraskins.com. It was perfected hundreds of years ago and has been passed down through the clan as a unique swordsmanship. Supreme Dragon Heaven Severing Sword. This is the swordsmanship currently praised as the greatest sword arts in Zhongyuan, having incredible destructive power, ever-changing sword paths, and no gaps. It was Purin has been passed down through the clan as a unique swordsmanship. Supreme Dragon Heaven Severing Sword Zhongyuan, having incredible destruunpard paths, and no gaps. But EVE or since, Yuyo crew upweld your outstanding wisdom XEU re-Lizii. The Supreme Dragon Heaven Severing Sword is not an unbeatable martial art. The Supreme Dragon Heaven Severing Sword. But as the heir of the great destructive sword Yun clan, you could not acknowledge it. Are you looking down on my clan's martial arts? Think as you please, but let me just say this. In the near future, there will come a day when those things that you martial artists revere so much, tradition, honor, nobility, and reputation, all become meaningless. Anihai HTN 0 of one thing. CETN stronger than you are now. Push anything th4t gets in the w4y of Thato the side without hesitation. Only think of one thing. Seeding stronger than you are now. Well, we will have time to talk about this in more detail later. Let's talk, then. For now, follow your instincts. So, let's say that's that. Why are you suddenly grabbing a wooden pillow? Ha! It's nothing much. Don't worry about it. There's an annoying frog outside. Recovering Body Pavilion Master Gene Beck. Normally a medic who worked in Gamsu, but 5 years ago, he became responsible for the Recovering Body Pavilion, which treats patients, and came to the Dragon Spring Academy. While capable as a medic, he barely learned martial arts and doesn't seem to have much other background either. We investigated him since he's the closest to Sa Bigang. But he just seems like a normal medic. However, his clean past seems a little artificial. Wait. Number 7, why do you look like that? So? Are you sure you weren't found out? WELH. They towards versus at ALH, so? No. No matter how I think of it. I think we were found out. NOZ. Number 7, don't doubt my clan's mind technique. He must just happen to have a bad habit of throwing things out. You've experienced worse things. Endure a bit longer. Ray. Senior, I'm telling you this in advance. But if something comes frying this way again, I won't hold back. I behead him myself. I understand how you feel, but calm down. We've moved away from the accommodations, so these accidents won't keep happening. Who knows? If that crazy bastard wakes up and suddenly decides to practice archery JHSNHS. Someone is coming. Hide. 7. Gosh, I have to go so bad. Wow, I must have drank too much tea. Wait, what? No. There's no way, right? Hey, you crazy bastard. What are you doing? Ha? Hey. Do want a cup? You. Bastard. So why 0 you knew all along in purposey? I'll kill you. Barver. What? 1. Yes. Nice to meet you. Ghost Shadow Manor. To be continued. Revolution 3 MKC Studio. No. 7. TSK. That's what you get for digging into other people's business. My dear Ghost Shadow Manor friends. You bastard. Stand down, no. 5. Hello there, Instructor Sa Bigang. To think you had actually already discovered US. That's right. I'm Sa Bigang, the one you've been tailing. You must be the leader of these frogs. Though, is it really okay to reveal your identity in front of your surveillance target like this? That's a foolish Colston. If I eliminate you right here, what trouble could it cause? Cuckoo. Are you really fine with that? Aren't you at least curious how I know about all of you? We'll find out soon enough. Let's start by slicing off your limbs one by one. 0. Mana Blade. 7. Not so fast. Though he lacks the overwhelming destructive power of the AK Gujium. He's fast, precise, sharp, and deadly. Every technique is a fatal strike aimed at vital points. In particular, the density of energy embedded in that sword is overwhelming. No way a barrier will hold, and I can't keep parrying it with the mana blade. Yes, this is more like it. Strange. It's hard to put my finger on it, but the power and style you're using. They are fundamentally different from the martial arts of the orthodox sects. There's no way you just stumbled upon this power. Don't tell me. It's demonic arts? Come on. Have you even seen demonic arts in person? It's been years since the demonic cult fell. What nonsense! It has HOIMOUOOD demonic arts. Though, you're right as it's not typical martial arts either. I see. I now understand you're not someone we can simply subdue. D1OL, not I any personal grudge against you, but one will take your life. Ghost Shadow Manor. All of it is for the sake of the Ghost Shadow Manor's mission. N. Soul Destroming Stride. It is an exclusive movement technique, which after erasing all presence, throws the opponent into confusion with high-speed movement. Then, in that moment of confusion, Ghost Soul Flash, comes a strike too fast to even perceive. Illusion. What the? SSIR. Cough. KUGH. Just how? How did you, So, you take pride in your stealth skills, huh? Search sorry, but can see you. Sorry, but I can see you clear as day. Now, shall we have a deeper conversation, EKUGH? The Ghost Shadow Manor Lord. No, the Origin Sect leader. Origin Sect. A mysterious sect, like a ghost in the Jianghu. Never once appearing in any official events, it's unclear whether they are orthodox or unorthodox. Their true goals and sect are shrouded in secrecy. It is so much so that decades ago, when a massacre wiped out all direct blood relatives, including the leader, most of the Jianghu did not even notice. Only those born and raised in the Origin sect, loyal to the end, knew the truth. Those who survived that tragedy emerged under the new name, Ghost Shadow Manor. They now gather and collect every piece of information across the Jianghu. Ghostcom Shadow Manor. They are now a top-tier mercenary organization that handles all sorts of dirty and dangerous missions. However, all of that is for a single goal: the restoration of the fallen Origin sect. That's the mission you speak of, isn't it? 31 Jisun. The true history of our sect TSA top-level secret. Once been leaky in decades. Let me be blunt here. OMLISSROO missions. Do two things I task you with and I'll give you the information regarding that, the thing you've been chasing all this time. You. How dare you, Z? Of you dare spew such nonsense, Z? 20 years. We've spent 20 years. We scoured the Central Plains K1 no HHM a suver of hope, for the sake of our mission. Do you even understand what it is we've been searching for? The blood of the Origin sect. More precisely, a unique bloodline that can fully inherit the Origin sect's martial arts. There's a strange birthmark on their left wrist, right? That's right. The core of our sect's restoration. The very reason we've wandered for so long. But even within Ghost Shadow Manor, only a select few should know this secret. How yo you know, 7 enough. That's all. I'll Knox 113L now, choose. Accept my request and get the information, or waste the rest of your life tailing people. Alternatively, continue what we were doing earlier? I'll accept the mission. However, if turns out you've deceived us. One swear I'll pay you back everything I've got. AH. Good. Then, let me give you the first mission. To be continued. CNC Revolution A3 MKC Studio. Ka. J. Gals SK. Huff. KEUK. Ugh. KEUK. Keek. Vice Leader of the Black Scorpion Gang. Vice Leader of the Black Scorpion Gang. Destructive Fistfighting Demon Mac HWOE. After attacking this place with your subordinates a month ago, you killed all the men and raped all the women. The women who survived commissioned me to make sure that I kill you. Why, you bitch? I can't gather my internal energy. No, what is this? Why is my internal energy slowly fading away? This makes no sense. KEUK. JJ Helignox, aren't you scared? OLS, L30 commas. I am the of the Black Scorpion GA, I said that earlier, you idiot. W8. KEVK. UE. The next commission? G. An instructor of the Dragon Spring Academy, Sa Bigang? Midnight Studio Hasi 15. Ha! Stop the bullshit and release the tension. Spread your legs apart and change your wrist angle slightly downward. Ugh. 200 more times in that position. Go. Huff arg, damn it. Oh. What's with the disrespectful attitude? Are you being sassy with my instructing W8? Before you hit me, let me say what I want. Why aren't you making him do anything? T. He's doing well on his own. Doing well? He's not doing anything. Is he sleeping right now? Ugh. You think he's on the same level as you? Shut up and wield your sword with more effort, you dunce. Shit. Yes. That's good, Yun Wukyung. Don't be bound by the original sword techniques of the Supreme Dragon Heaven-Severing Sword and go to the swordsmanship your senses are guiding you to. That genius talent of yours will help you reach a higher level. Instructor. Have you completed your chi circulation already, Dan Lijiang? NNO. I keep getting worry up. Can I, as you ordered, circulate my chi? There's no other way to solve your issue other than accumulating enough internal energy. Unless you were secretly hiding rare elixirs, that is. Pardons not. Then aside from when you eat and sleep, keep circulating your chi. Understood. I'm sure he feels rushed. He must be well aware that the only reason he beat Yun Wukyung in that duel was because of tricks. There's no helping it. It's not a problem that can be solved immediately. Plus, I have a bigger issue to deal with. Let's see. Has it already been 10 days since then? If no contact comes, my plans might have a probable instructor Sa Bigang. TSK. It's been a while, Instructor Dung Boyoung, it's good to see you. You don't seem pleased to see me at all. Why did you suddenly make that expression as soon as you saw me? I'm busy with my class right now. You're bothering me. Busy, my ass. You've only been wandering around since earlier. Shit. If it weren't for what I saw that day, I'd just... Anyway, go to the main hall immediately. Vice Academy Master Cheon Semyeon wants to see you. It's been a while, Instructor SA. How is it going for you? 344. Really good. Being able to teach my cadets, who are such outstanding talents, makes me feel the worth of being a senior instructor every day. This is all thanks to you creating a class of outstanding cadets. Ahem. You knowing that is a relief. I know that you're doing well. But as you know, we at the Dragon Spring Academy are a martial arts academy underneath the Orthodox Alliance. Since you have become a senior instructor even though you lack the experience, the Alliance seems to have a lot of concerns. Oh? The Orthodox Alliance is that interested in a mere instructor like me? Be respectful, Instructor Sa Bigang. I'm sorry to say that the Orthodox Alliance has sent an inspector to support you. FM4. Hello, Instructor Sa Bigang. I am Mei Sialan, and I have been dispatched by the Orthodox Alliance's inspection department. Department. Instructor? Apologize. SBM I swept away by your beauty. Hohu, XW ho thank you for the compliment. Inspector Mei Xiaolin is a rising female master within the Orthodox Alliance. She's an incredible master who reached the peak realm at an unprecedented young age. Don't act rashly, do your best as a senior instructor, and be careful not to be discourteous toward Inspector Mei. Ha ha ha. Of course. Good. Then I'll tell you your first commission. Do you know the soul-taking celestial maiden, the assassin? BTL. The soul-taking celestial maiden. Not I understand why you're suddenly bringing her name up here. But of course I know her. A contract assassin who works by herself with no affiliations or comrades. She's famous for having never failed a commission she has accepted. I've never met her myself, but her targets were found with their lives sucked out of them. There's also the rumor that she's a peerless beauty. Is the mission to kill the soul-taking celestial maiden? No. Call the soul-taking celestial maiden over here at the Dragon Spring Academy. What? No 3 HD 113 Semyon that due to unforeseeable circumstances, you have to cancel the commission. If so, then obviously. Cancel? What are you saying after all this time? Mo of you. I sincerely apologize. However, there's no helping it as an urgent matter has come up. Instead, to someone who's a perfect fit for this job. As an apology, I'll pay the commission fee as well. I've contacted her a few times for my missions before, iOS can do that. But why such a foolish Eonile? She's a merciless and thorough assassin. No matter how strong you are, she'll still find a way to kill you. What's this? Are you worried about me? If you die before you tell me the promised info, I'll be the one in a dilemma. Yeah. You're right. She's a very dangerous woman. I need her even more. Her even more.